enough and get them into treatment.
Absolutely.
We'll take a break. Thomas in St. Pete, we'll take your call next. Okay, it is now federal law. The Adam Walsh law just went into effect that is asking all the states also to put into effect this registry where we're putting young people on the adult sex offender registry as young as age 14. One of you want to sort of explain to me that this is not a state law, this is federal, but they're asking the states to go ahead and mandate this and make this possible. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. And it's very much like making all the states go to age 21 to drink. They're telling you if you don't do it, you're not going to get any federal highway funds. So consequently, everybody's going to fall step. And of course, Florida already has its registry. So I think there might be some states that do not. So that's why Adam Walsh said, let's have uniformity within the states, and we'll also have the ability to share that information in case somebody moves to another state.
And what some states have done with the juveniles or the adolescents that get caught up in sex crimes is they still have them register, but they don't have them on a public registry where the general public can see. So when you run a background check as an employer, you can find out, oh wow, this guy, age 23 now, did commit a sex crime when he was 16. But that might not be, privy to the general public.
The general public,
Correct.
yeah, that's the thing that's really...
But the Adam Walsh Act says this all needs to be public. So,
public.
Yes.
So these kids are going to be trying to go to school, and people go on websites and find them. Wow.
Well, that's a whole other issue,
Can they even go to school? I mean, a sex offender is not even supposed to be within 1,000 feet of a school, so how are they going to go to school?
Correct. They have to make their, in the process, my understanding, they're in the process of making an exception to that rule, to that specific part of the rule. But you brought up a whole other good rule about, we have 1,000-foot rules on sex offenders. Anybody who's committed a sex offense in these certain criteria have to be 1,000 foot away from parks and places where kids congregate, schools. This will also then impact these kids also and their families.
Well, can they live at home anymore?
Well, then they would have to move outside of those 1,000-foot rules.
Whoa. By the way, we put a graphic up, maybe you missed it, but already since this law went into effect, 9 juveniles in the state of Florida have been recommended to go on this registry, so it is beginning. It's not like the very rare. We are now seeing kids coming into the system and going on this adult registry, so 9 already just went into effect July 1st, so this seems like it's going to become a growing issue. Thomas in St. Pete, what's your story?
Hi, Kathy. How you doing today? I'm a sex offender here in St. Petersburg, and I disagree with putting juveniles on the sex offender registry.
And why is that?
I believe that it's, again, I think one of the biggest problems we have here in the state of Florida is we stigmatize. In other words, if something happens in the news, we sensationalize and stigmatize what happens, and then all of a sudden we change the laws, and people don't really look into why we change the laws or the good effect of those laws. And I was with Dr. Cotter when I was on probation. I committed a military offense 16 years ago, and I believe that there should be some sort of a risk assessment done, and in other words, you should be classified according to risk. I think if they would have done that with John Cooey, I think they would have realized that he was a significant risk in, recommitting another offense, and they could have stopped him before he, committed this horrible act.
Thomas, do you mind telling us what you did?
I was committed of indecent acts and sodomy with a minor back, like I said, 16 years ago when I was in the military.
And you were how old?
I was 21 years old.
21 years old. Okay,
and
so...
I also, just to let you know, when I was young, I, was molested, and I also, had some issues with that when I was younger. And I think that if I would have gotten the help that I needed when I was younger, I could have been able to, not commit the crime when I was an adult.
How long have you been on the registry then?
I've been on the registry since 2001 when they changed the law, because originally I wasn't supposed to be on the registry, and I was changed in 2001 because they grandfathered everybody back.
Ah, and how has it affected your life being on that registry?
Getting a job has been really hard. It's like you try to apply for a job. I don't know if you're aware now that starting July 1st that they're coming out with another law saying that you have to have the actual statute number on your driver's license.
Wow.
A lot of people don't realize that. And also, you have to